in the world, the world could have been a very different place if China would have not put in place the measures that you did. It still spread, but this spread could have been very fast, and the loss of life would have been very high if you would have not done what you did in China. So not just Pakistan, but the world is very thankful to People's Republic of China. As a student of public health myself, I understand that it is unprecedented what China has done. And indeed, China has written a new chapter in the history of public health by putting closer to 60 million people in quarantine in the Hubei province and in the Wuhan province. The world has not seen this before. The world has not witnessed this before. And not only that, but also the rigorous implementation, effective implementation. World has learned a lot from China in this regard. And this will go a very long way in future. In the future of prevention and control of communicable diseases anywhere in the world. So this has added to human experience the ways with which the nations, the countries should be dealing with the outbreaks of the communicable diseases. So it's not just Pakistan, it's the world which is learning from Chinese experience. Secondly, we are also very, very thankful to China for the cooperation that they have extended all along, despite being themselves in a difficult situation from the beginning, whether it was diagnostic kits or whether it was personal protection equipment or other equipments. Despite being in a time of difficulty yourself, you have cooperated fully with Pakistan, and people of Pakistan are very thankful to you for this. As General Ahmed said, we have today 1560 cases in Pakistan. And until now, according to our best information and knowledge, there is not a single case with a travel history of China which we have in Pakistan. This is remarkable if you think about it. This is really remarkable. And this could happen only because the coordination and the cooperation which existed between the government of Pakistan and the government of China, and as a result of which you decided to not allow Chinese citizens to travel to Pakistan before 14-day quarantine in China before they travel, and then exit screening, and then also on the top of it, His Excellency also worked with me very closely to ensure that all those Chinese who will end up in Pakistan will again go into self-quarantine for 14 days. And the Chinese embassy took the responsibility for this. So effectively, this was round about 1 month of quarantine. And this is why we don't have a case from China. And this is really remarkable, and we are very, very thankful to you for this. Please communicate my thanks and gratitude to your Minister of Health and to your seniors and to your government, that how grateful we are for this. And I think this again will go in the history of prevention and control of communicable diseases between countries, that how if the right measures are put in place at the right time, how even a country like China with a population of 1.4 billion or 5 billion could still make it possible that not a single case will move across the border. We are perhaps not realizing this at this point in time because we are living through it. But when we will look back after 50 years, after 100 years, to what happened, people will be surprised that there was not a single case which came from China to Pakistan. This is the effectiveness of the appropriate measures at the appropriate time. We also decided, it was a tough decision for us, we also decided not to evacuate our students from Wuhan. And it was a very tough decision for us. But we worked again very closely with the Chinese government, and we just followed their recommendations and their policies and their regulations. Chinese were very nice. They allowed those countries who wanted to evacuate against their recommendation. But Pakistan was one country who followed it, and they took good care of our students. And today, now that the disease is spreading in Pakistan, the same students are actually thanking the government of Pakistan for not evacuating them. And they are requesting us to take care of their families and parents here, as well as Chinese took care of them there. Recently, our President of Pakistan, our Foreign Minister, our Minister of Planning, they all went to China. I was also supposed to go, but because of the situation here, I didn't. And our President and our Foreign Minister and Minister of Planning, they all spoke with the students in Wuhan through Skype. And those students were actually thanking our President. And they told our President that we are quite happy here, we are being taken care quite well by the Chinese government, and this was the right thing to do. And we are now thankful that you made this decision, despite we were pressurizing you and our families were pressurizing you for making this decision. I'm very glad to know about the different specialities which you have brought as part of your team, and we are very interested in all the experts and the expertise that you bring. I think that we can tremendously benefit from your presence here at this point in time, and especially at a time when we are also starting a major national program for training of health professionals in critical care. Because critical care is that part of this whole epidemic where you need a timely and expert management of the patients who are critically ill. And that makes a difference of life and death in people. So we have almost finalized our plan, and I would like my team, which is planning this training, this will be a 2-day crash training